Grip socks are great, and now they're even better with Pure Grip Socks Pro. Better fit, moisture wicking, amazing comfort, and all the extra grip you need. Choose from 10 different colors for just $16.99 a pair at puregripsocks.com.
I talk a lot about football boot marketing on this channel and exposing the truth of what is reality and what is just kind of empty promises when it comes to brand new product releases. And that's not because I care if you think a new product is good or bad, but I do care when the average consumer is shown a brand new product and so much marketing money is being pumped into that new product to where you now believe that you need that product in order to perform well. Because I think most of us can agree that if you're good at football, you're gonna be good at football regardless of the boots you're wearing. There's absolutely no question that some football boots are better than others, but football boots in general are a tool, and whether you have cheap ones or expensive ones, if you do have those expensive ones, it's more of a luxury item than anything else. And just like most of the world's population at this point, I have spent a significant amount of time on TikTok, and as TikTok somehow manages to do, it shows you things that are relevant to your interest. In my situation, football boots, and I've seen quite a few TikToks about football boots with information that I think everyone's entitled to their own opinion on a product that they've actually tried, but when it gets to the point of spreading misinformation and presenting yourself as an expert, that's where it's just misinformation. Like, I don't know what else to say. I spend a lot of time and effort in the reviews that I make on this channel to try and give you guys the most accurate information possible, where after you've listened to what I've had to say about any given product, you have a pretty good idea of what it's all about. And I would expect that most people that go and buy that product based on my advice aren't going to be surprised by anything because the advice that I gave them is accurate. And in saying this and watching a significant amount of TikTok football boot content, I've come to the conclusion that there's a lot of people that don't seem to realize one big secret that big football boot brands haven't necessarily said themselves, but have led a lot of people to believe, and it simply isn't true. And that is the fact that football pros, footballers, if you will, do not design their own football boots. Football boot designers design football boots, and pro footballers are paid to both promote and wear said football boot products. So the next time you see someone criticizing Messi's football boots for how bad they are, even though that person hasn't even worn the boots themselves, thinking that Messi is sitting in Germany at Adidas HQ designing these football boots himself, just realize that couldn't be further from the truth. Is this a suggested truth by a lot of big football boot brands? Absolutely. Is it the reality, however? Absolutely not. It is something that more or less the average consumer has just kind of assumed based on the football boot marketing that these big brands put out. Just because Messi poses with a picture of these football boots and technically wears something that looks like the product you can go and buy at the store doesn't actually mean that he had much of a hand in the overall design from the start to the end. Is it true that big football boot brands get feedback from pro footballers during the design process of a new pair of football boots? Absolutely 100% yes. And does that feedback impact the final design? In a lot of cases, I'm sure it probably does. But is there any pro footballer sitting at the headquarters of every big brand designing the boots themselves? No, that is not happening. And if you're really into football boots, then you'll know that there are plenty of examples, Messi as well as a bunch of other players, who wear a modified version of the football boot that you can actually buy at the store that is made to look like the real product, but again, the average consumer does not know that, and they make their own assumptions. I'm not one to call people out, but I hate seeing misinformation about football boots being spread around the internet. This is something that I'm very passionate about. It's something that I've dedicated a good chunk of my life to. So when I see stuff like this, I just feel the need to respond and tell you what's actually true. So in conclusion, please do not buy a pair of football boots based on 15 seconds of subpar advice. Thank you.